Hello everybody, welcome back to RnRh Season 2, Episode 24. And this is going to be a quick talks with the producer. I know how sometimes we have them be like 40 minutes, an hour long, but this is going to be quick. This is going to be like a rapid fire one.
Yeah, because he tells him to shut up now.
I know. He should be focusing on producing and not talking.
Not talk as much in the podcast, yeah.
We...
Hey, how about we give out some Amazon gift card codes?
Oh, yeah,
They were used up from like 3 months ago.
Yeah. Right now, if you go to the description, you're going to see a bunch of Amazon codes. And just go to Amazon, go to redeem a code.
And you're not going to get any. Yeah, we'll make them up and we'll throw them in the description. And we'll put in used up Amazon codes.
So, we won't get like copy striked or anything.
I don't get a copy. We'll get banned probably for like spreading fake shit. But yeah, just saying Amazon codes that don't work, and just throw in there the description down below, and you guys can go ahead and you guys can try them out and see if it works.
It'll be so funny if like they actually work for some goddamn reason.
Yeah,
people like out in Canada, imagine like
the odds of that are astronomical. But here's something that happened to me the other day, like I think like last weekend update. So I was driving on the highway and I had to put gas. So I just pulled off the highway and I just pulled into this gas station, and I usually never put gas there. This is a remote place in the middle of nowhere. I'm just hanging out, and I'm pulling into the pump, and I see this woman, and she's beautiful, like beautiful. She's a redhead, and she's got this feel of a kind of like a mid 2000s skater girl, and like in a deserted gasoline. No, there's people.
There's
there.
People. Okay.
Yeah. No, let's not turn this into like a serial murder. Let's not do that. I pulled over in the pump right next to hers, and I looked at her truck, and she's driving a truck, obviously. It was like a 1950s, 1960s Ford truck. I mean, this thing was really old, but I mean, I don't like old shit. And this thing was fucking pristine. It was rebuilt. Everything looked amazing. And you can tell this girl is proud of her truck. She's just like, wiping it down a little bit, putting gas. She's like, you can tell she has pride in this thing. Which I was like,
damn, lady.
I was impressed, and I was like, huh. Well, how about you invite me to drive that truck one of these days? But we just kind of looked at each other. We smiled, and we're like, oh man, yeah, I should really talk to her or something. But by then, I had to put gas too, and I was like, oh well, it didn't happen. So then this girl climbs in her truck, but the way she was walking away, she's like, oh yeah, I'm a girl, now you drive a badass truck, like a badass old school truck, and damn, like look at me, like I'm impressive, which I liked. Don't get me wrong, it was a good look on her. She gets in her truck, and I'm still looking at her, and she's looking at me. We're looking at each other still, and as she's looking at me, she goes to choke the engine, turn it on, and as she's doing it, the truck goes. And her shame could not be, like, she couldn't hide the shame. She's just like, oh, don't fucking do this to me right now. Don't fucking, like, she was praying at that. And as she's trying this, she kind of looks over at, because she's trying to start it. So then the shame kicks in. So she looks down, and then she looks up again and looks at me, and we're looking at each other again. And I just kind of shrug a little bit, like it happens.
I'm not laughing at you.
I'm not laughing at you
yet.
And then she kind of like laughs a little bit of like, oh my god, like I'm trying to impress someone and it didn't work out. So eventually she turns on the truck. I'm like, oh well, at least she got it going. Now she's driving away. I noticed something. She doesn't have a gas cap. I don't know if those trucks back in the day had a gas cap or not. I have no idea. Like I said, I'm not an old truck guy. If I'm a guy. Ooh.
The mystery plot thickens.
The plot thickens. So she leaves, but there's no gas cap. She just had a bunch of towels stuffed in there. Or where you put gasoline, so she just sticks out the towels, puts gas, stuffs the towels back in the fucking thing, and like, oh, what the hell?
I don't know what's going on here.
Right? So then I was like, oh, okay. So I told my friend about her, because I was talking to my friend on the phone, and I just told her, it's like, hey, I met this really cute woman. She's beautiful, redhead, and drives a badass truck. And I told her like the story. And then my friend, sometimes I tell her about women I meet and stuff. And my friend was just like fed up with it. And they were saying, like, you need to shut the fuck up. Like, you're never going to see this girl again. You're never going to, in your lifetime, you're never going to see this girl ever again. I'm like, you know what? You're right. All right, so I keep driving. And a few miles down the road, she's broken down on the side of the highway. And then I just yell out at my friend, oh my God, guess what? They go, what? It's like, she's broken down on the side of the highway. This is insane. I'm like, I knew there was something wrong with that truck because it wouldn't start. Let's just go off of that. Not only that, it's like, that's insane. You said I was never going to see her again. I saw her. She goes, you should pull over and help her out. I'm like, as much as I want to, I got a destination. Don't get me wrong. If something good would have come out of it, like, I would have been so happy.
Like, let me calculate the probabilities of this thing and the return on investment.
Well, yeah, there's that too. Because here's the thing. Probably she would have thought, like, okay, this guy's either going to murder me or, like, be a pervert. Because this is America now, folks. Like, that's the only two things that men can do. Now, I really debated so strongly of turning around and go helping her out, but I'm like, she
was on her phone.
Yeah, like, she was already on her phone. I'm sure she had a tow truck coming and stuff like that. She was just gonna tell me, no, leave me alone. So I just kept going. On my way back, this was like 6 hours later. I'm driving down the highway again, and same highway.
Is she still there?
Let me finish. So, wait, where's the microphone on this thing?
It's up here.
Oh, okay. So, on the way back, you can see the opposite side of the highway, but there's some bushes and stuff. Sometimes you can't see across the highway to the other side. And I'm driving back, and I'm looking for her. It's like, oh yeah, she's definitely not there. Like, not for her specifically, but maybe like, okay, like someone picked her up and she left the truck behind.
Yeah.
Or some shit like that. And I'm looking around, she's not there. I was like, oh man, that sucks. Anyways. So, on the exit, on like 3 exits before I hit where the gas station was, I see this trailer pull up. I'm like, that's kind of weird because they're flashing, they're flashing the hazard lights, but they're in the highway. They're far away. I'm like, that's fucking, who would do that? Who is going like half the speed limit? Like, what kind of crazy person does this?
What's going on? Get out of the highway.
Yeah, like, don't be on the highway, like, on the street. So I'm going, like, what the hell? What's going on? And then I go, sometimes when you try to go around someone, you can't because everyone else is speeding up on your side.
And you gotta slow down.
So I end up slowing down, and I looked. I was like, that color looks familiar. Why does that color look familiar? It's a blue Ford 1950s, 1960s truck. Mind you not, I had talked to my friend again during the day on the way back, and I told her, like, it's so crazy how I met this. She's like, how you saw this girl twice, and then she goes, well, now you need to shut the fuck up about it because you're never gonna see her again. And then I pull up behind this trailer, and it's the 1950s, 1960s Ford blue truck. It was insane. And then I call my friend right away. They're like, what's going on? Like, you won't fucking believe who I bumped into again. That redhead girl with the fucking truck. And I'm trying to go around the truck at this point, and she's inside on
the passenger side.
Yeah, she's on the passenger side with her dad. Towing this freaking thing across the highway, like half the speed limit. And I was like, this is some insane shit. Like, I had written that girl off as I'll never see them again. And, it just, the possibility possibility that I would just bump into her like 3 times in one day. It's insane. Astronomical.
You were her bad luck.
I wish I was her bad luck.
Well, we're gonna end this podcast. I said it was gonna be like 5 minutes.
Hey, you can now label it story time.
Story time.
I have a ton of those.
Okay.
Let us know if you guys ever want to hear more stories. I mean,
I want to hear more stories. I don't care about my listeners.
Hey, I'll them pop in. I tell stories.
Okay, so I hope you like that story of just horrible luck.
For someone else.
For someone else, not for me. I'm never gonna tell you guys that kind of stuff about me. Like, I will die inside.
I have lots of stories. Let me know if you guys want to hear it.
Well, I like that a lot, and it was nice and entertaining, and maybe I'll incorporate it into the script of the freaking thing, the drama, or like a spy thriller that we're doing.
Oh yeah, we're working on that too.
Okay,
we gotta get a writer to get that too.
Yeah, so on Friday we like make sure that everything's good.
Yeah.
And we have to do it up until Sunday because we're like really. I'm trying to get it to you guys by Monday. But you know what? We'll work on it, and Monday you will see the one shot of that spy drama thriller. And I hope you guys enjoy. And see you then. Well, see you tomorrow for another RnRh. Bye. Bye, producer.
Bye. Producer.